Happy Monday, and welcome back to Sin City Crypto. My name is David. I am one of your co-hosts. We have an exciting show today. We are talking about Bitcoin getting ready to explode. More giants are entering the space. Who is next? What will push the price of Bitcoin? And when will Bitcoin reach new all-time highs? In less than a year, more than a year, there is a poll in the chat. Make sure to cast your vote. Also, a new Ethereum change on the horizon. What does that mean for Ethereum's decentralization? We're going to look at the biggest news upcoming in the week. Also, what is happening in your favorite altcoins and much, much more. But first, here is your other co-host, Robin.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, well, we do entertainment-focused cryptocurrency content. Other channels, they keep it boring. We repackage all that stuff up in a fun and sexy way. And here at Sin City Crypto, we also talk a lot about price of Bitcoin, which moved a couple $100 up.
Speaking of talking, you know, I was trying to get Rob's attention today, but he was on the phone, and I was like, who could be more important than me? And then I found out who he was talking to. He was actually talking to channel sponsor Cam's Blue Wire Technology. We were having some issues with our network settings, and guess what? We picked up the phone. We got a hold of someone right away, and they helped solve all of our issues. You can have the same customer service for your business. Visit BlueWireTech.com or click the link in the description of this video. So big shout out to channel sponsor. We love you guys. Thank you. Now, Rocco, welcome back.
Thank you.
DJ is still in house. We love you, DJ.
There he is.
Rocco, you almost got fired.
That's good.
How was your vacation, my friend?
My vacation was great. Let's see if we can put up
You got any Speedo photos?
Yeah.
Yes, I put my speed on. There's this new one.
Pictures or it didn't happen?
Yeah, the sensor. So
Sensor.
I can show the sensor. I can show it. They're eatable Speedo. They come with a different flavor. Cappuccino.
Edible Speedo.
Cappuccino.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you eating your own Speedos?
I think Mocha.
Rocco's,
yeah, I'm
Rocco's
eating
eating his
now.
own Speedos.
You know, there's something that David used to do every day.
What is
and
it?
he used to give us a weather report, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we haven't gotten much weather report lately from David. I don't know.
Says the guy who in Bitcoin Miami 2022.
Hey,
First
I'm
question.
just saying.
How do you like the weather here?
Look. You used to give us weather updates all the time.
Would you like the weather updates, Robin?
And so, you know, it has been quite windy lately.
It has.
You know, it's Vegas is competing with Chicago for the Windy City. And I do want to show you what it looks like here in Las Vegas sometimes. Here's a picture, a windy day. There goes the trampoline.
It's been super windy. And don't
then,
do that.
Where you go?
Damn.
It's not.
That's crazy, bro.
It's not.
Is that real or is that fake?
Yeah, it's real, man. Yeah.
You know what else is real?
Got a little more height on the trampoline than he thought he would when he bought it, huh?
They found it back in California.
We do have
landed there.
some videos to help open up your sense of humor and to help open up your cheekbones as we smile ear to ear due to the funny videos we're about to show you. So here we have a congressperson introducing President Joe Biden. And, let's hear how he introduced him. This is John Fetterman. Just got to listen closely to his choice of words here.
And now I'm standing next to the president again, next to a collapsed bridge here.
I'm standing next to a collapsed bridge here.
No.
I'm pretty
That's real?
sure that's a awesome, accurate way to describe.
He looked over at him, looked him up and down. Hold on, rewind that. He was, I'm standing next to
The president,
and then he analyzes like, what is he? Hit play like.
And now I'm standing next to the president again, next to a collapsed bridge here. And he is.
This is real?
Yes,
This is real. Yes, that is actually an elected official. What position does he hold? Is it a congressman?
I don't know. It's either senator or House of Representative. Either way, I don't like to make fun of John Fetterman's speech because I know the guy had a stroke, and that's not funny. But it's funny that he called him a collapsed bridge. I thought that was pretty funny.
Pretty accurate, right?
Yeah, very accurate. And then we have Joe Biden himself. Okay, here we go.
All right. God save the Queen, man.
So he was in, where was he?
All right.
Where was he? He wasn't in England. Okay?
I feel like if this man tried to play, tried to do one of those like Sudoku puzzles, he would just fill it in with letters. I'm serious, bro. Like, I really truly believe he would. What's his wife's name again?
Jill.
He's like, Jill, what's a 3-letter word for cat? When's the next election? Supposedly, Robert Kennedy is leading in the polls. Hey, he's supposedly, I saw it on Twitter, so there's only so much facts I can go off of here. But somebody on Twitter said that Robert Kennedy is leading Biden in early polls. Who knows what polls those are? But
I don't think he's Democrat enough for the Democratic Party. I like Robert Kennedy, man. But, he DJ and I were talking about before the show, he's kind of like in that Kennedy lineage of like they just call things out, even if it's the establishment, the government, the people, the lobbyists. And, well, we know what happened to a couple of them. So we also have this, imagine something you're, in an anticlimactic moment here, but, you're anticipating, like, all right, we get on this paraglider. I'm going to glide away and see all the great scenery. And the tree. And
the only tree. The only one.
The only tree there. And you crashed into
I feel like there should not be trees in the launch area for this, right? In the same way, like you don't put like a skyscraper next to an airport. You know what I mean? Like the launch pad for this place, you probably should remove the trees, right?
Yeah. I think that might be a good idea. Or just move the launch pad elsewhere.
There's one tree. Just cut it down, bro.
Cut it down. This was kind of cool. Turn any Game Boy into a secure offline cold wallet. Generate a seed phrase using a hash of your button presses as you walk around and complete quests. Robin, I had a Game Boy. Did you have a Game Boy?
I sure did.
Would you ever use it as a crypto wallet?
Absolutely not. That has got to be the dumbest idea ever.
Why? It's kind of cool, man.
Why don't you write it on the bottom of your flip-flop, too, while you're at it, your seed phrase? Like, guess what utility I use for this guy? I got all my wealth on here. Like,
chancleta.
You can put a seed phrase anywhere, man. You can write it on the roof of a bathroom at a truck stop. Like, you can put it wherever you want. You can put it on a Game Boy, you can put it on a flip-flop. It's stupid. Thank you.
Someone in our Discord, I think it was something Ramirez, S. Ramirez. It was like, imagine your wife's, where's my Game Boy? Oh, your wife's saying she donated it to charity. That would be really bad news. We have this is kind of interesting. Breaking, China is home to 30,000 registered blockchain companies and holds 84% of global blockchain patents. Now, guys, remember, this is a country that outlawed Bitcoin mining. This is a country that outlawed crypto trading for retail investors. And they are leading the way when it comes to blockchain, right? So here in the US, we're having an all-out attack on our industry. And overseas in China, the US's largest economic and you can say military competition, they're actually, bringing blockchain companies in, they're letting them register, and they're holding 84% of those global patents. That is why we say, it doesn't matter what happens here just in the US or just in China or just in India because crypto is global.
Time out. Hold the presses. Bitcoin's moving. Serious.
Okay.
That's a nice little candle,
That's
right?
a movement. It's a line, not a
So
candle,
we
but
started our show. I'm just saying, your boys are pumping the market. We launched the show at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. was 26.6. We are now at 26.9. We do it for the memes, baby. That's what we do here. Also,
Now it's going back to.
if you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. I see a few new people in the chat. You saw my notes. So we got Kiko. We also have Kiko PR26, Yoga Matt, Cheerios McGuire, Daba Tola, Gizm Mahudi. I butchered that one. Also,
Only that one. Yeah.
Only the one. It's okay.
we got Kenny Orlania as well. FU selling more footing. And to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
What just happened there?
It was the jackpot, baby.
Wow.
what I
Okay.
do.
Now, a couple of important things before we get into the markets. What is going on this week? Can we expect some volatility? Well, maybe. Jerome Powell is going to be testifying. That is going to happen in 2 days, which would put us at Wednesday. And then we have our durable goods orders coming out on the 27th. And Jerome Powell will be giving a speech on June 28th. So in 9 days from now. And yeah, this doesn't have any more information on there. But something to keep an eye on. So not a lot of big things happening. We already had the CPI numbers come out. We already had the interest rate pause. And so what does that mean moving forward? This week, I don't expect a lot of volatility, but we know how people hang on to every word Mr. Powell says. So keep an eye on that. Also, as far as some of the biggest crypto projects out of the top 100, what is happening? Ethereum Classic is getting a Tarmex listing. Not sure who invests in Ethereum Classic. If you have a bag of Ethereum Classic, put a 1 in the chat.
What is Tarmex?
Just curious. Tarmex is a exchange. Not a big one, but you know. Polkadot's having an AMA. This is tomorrow. So if you want any questions answered and you're an investor in Polkadot, something to keep an eye on. We have the World Token Summit in 2023 happening in Dubai from the 21st to the 22nd. So if you're in the area, go check it out. What else do we have? That's pretty much it. And then, of course, the big one is in August.
We also have a sub 50 likes.
Unacceptable.
40 likes? There is 120 people in here, man.
Unacceptable.
Right there.
Rocky, you ready to end the show?
Let's do it.
I mean, they don't like it. I mean, what are we doing this for, bro?
Wow.
That's it.
That was
Let's keep it.
very touching.
All right.
Also, happy
Cappuccino
Father's Day to all the Fajas out there. Thank you. Now we do have taking a look at the rest of the crypto market. So, Robin, why don't you do your thing, my friend? Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. What's the rest of the markets doing? Where's ETH at? Where's Doge at? And where's Pepe at?
Okay. Biggest movers today. Well, Bitcoin's up nice, healthy. It's about to cross 27,000, man.
Bow, 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 bow.
And we also have Ethereum almost back at 1,800. So, yeah, man. Okay. I've asked this question before.
Yes.
When after Shanghai, Ethereum was over 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bitcoin had a little pullback. Bitcoin hung out at 1,800. It never crossed 2,000 again, or it didn't cross 2,000 again when Bitcoin crossed 30K, because Bitcoin crossed 30K twice, right?
Right.
Over the span of, it was like 2 or 3 times over the span of a few months. And Ethereum, after the Shanghai, never crossed over 2K, even though Bitcoin the first time around was over 30. Do you think if Bitcoin crosses $30,000, Ethereum crosses 2,000? Out of the last
So
three
the
times,
next time
so the last 3 times Bitcoin was at 30K. First go, Ethereum over 2K, but it was right after Shanghai. Goes second and third, did not get to 2K. What do you think?
No. I think the next narrative push for Bitcoin to go over 30K is going to be, you know, you have the BlackRock news, we have Fidelity news today, we have the BRICS news, you have the Russia.
I'm not asking if Bitcoin will get over 30K. I'm saying,
but what I'm trying to say
when
is,
it does.
I get that. What I'm trying to say is, typically we see, you know, profits spilling over, Bitcoin rallies, and then profits start going into ETH and then the alts. I don't think it's going to happen this time because of the narrative that's pushing Bitcoin forward. It's not your traditional move money into Bitcoin, Bitcoin rises, take money out, and now put it in alts. I think this time is different.
All right. We also have some of the biggest gainers for the day. Stacks up 7.22%. And so big day for Stacks, up 16% on the week. And this ordinal thing it keeps moving. And remember, ordinals, what is being built on top of, well, not even on top, what is being inscribed into the Bitcoin network, that continues to grow. And it's not just NFTs, guys. There's tokens and an actual ecosystem that is building. Whether or not that even makes sense, and perhaps it makes more sense to do scaling solutions, the ecosystem is growing. And as transactions, as they keep increasing transactions on the Bitcoin chain, scaling solutions and projects that work on top of Bitcoin, layer 2s essentially, like stacks, we're going to see more and more movement out of them. This is one of my favorites here. So, is there what's your favorite there, David? Out of these top points.
Well, first, Robin, I have to swap over to something more visually pleasing for me, and that's my crypto bubble. So, Rocco, will you? So here is all of our crypto bubbles. So we're just gonna throw in the hour. So in the hour, of course, Rob did mention Stacks is up 4.7%. I have been DCAing into Stacks about a decent bag about, say, a month ago. And then I started DCAing into Stacks. I do believe the Bitcoin ecosystem outside of just inflation hedge, digital gold, store of value is going to continue to grow. And I don't think it's necessarily practical for it to happen directly on the layer 1. So I think layer 2s like Stacks, and I do think Stacks is leading. I know ICP's in the running. There's a couple other ones. But for me, Stacks is the number 1. The tokenomics are they're not amazing, but they're good. And speaking of tokenomics, let's just take a look here. Let's take a look at what we got circulating supply to total supply. So we have a fully diluted cap of $1 billion with a non-fully diluted coming in at 845. So a majority of the tokens, the majority of the max tokens are already circulating in supply, and that number is 76.35%. Even if we hit 100% circulating, you're only at 1.8 billion tokens, okay? 1.8 billion. So you don't have an astronomical amount, right? Because to be practical here, when you try to figure out, okay, what is the potential price per coin? You say, okay, how big can the market cap get? If Bitcoin is at $5 trillion and the layer 2 narrative is taken off, what market cap can you see Stacks at? Can you see it at 100 billion? That's the case. You're looking at about $100, got $80 to $100 Stacks. Can you see it at $1 trillion?
You talking about Stacks? Get out of here, bro.
If Bitcoin is at $5 trillion and the Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem that's, got smart contracts and everything is doing now, and its majority of it's moved on to Stacks on the layer 2, you can't see a $500 billion market cap if Bitcoin is at 5 trillion?
Man, you sound like the guy trying to tell the kids to sell chocolates at school. Be like, hey man, the number 1 kid, he got an RV and from selling enough chocolates. And if you were to sell a lot of chocolates, you could also get a. I'm just talking about. I'm saying that.
So okay. So then, what's a realistic number then? Bitcoin is at $5 trillion market cap. What's Stacks market cap at if the Bitcoin ecosystem is continuing to grow?
It's not even at $1 billion.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm thinking realistic. You're talking about $1 trillion.
I'm just saying in relation to what Bitcoin's market cap is. So Bitcoin's market cap is $1 trillion.
This is
what is
how
Stacks?
A tenth of that? Okay. Stacks is the first to market, or the first well-known first to market as something building on Bitcoin. But it's not the first smart contract. It's not the first layer 1 to leverage the security of another chain. And so it's not revolutionary technology. It just happens to be implemented onto a chain that doesn't have much going on there. And if Stacks ends up growing and Bitcoin ends up growing and utility ends up popping up on Stacks, you're going to see competitors working on there as well. And the competitors aren't going to be new chains that never popped up. You're going to see the likes of Avalanche and Polygon maybe, where they are, because remember, they have cross compatibility with different chains as well already. So we've already seen Cosmos ecosystem plug into Bitcoin. And so when Bitcoin scales, becomes $5 trillion, I don't think it's the same Ethereum Polygon effect. Now, very bullish on Stacks. Right now, there's no competition. But it's not like Stacks is going to be the holy grail of smart contracts on Bitcoin. It is right now one of the few players, but what happens when you get some other player building on there? What happens when there's 5, 6, 10 different projects building or leveraging the security of the Bitcoin network? That's just my thoughts. I mean, I'm very bullish on Stacks. I just think $1 trillion in any kind of
I'm just trying to
foreseeable time horizon. Maybe 20 years from now, yeah, but I
understand that's a massive number. But my thing, the point I'm trying to make is, if Bitcoin is at X market cap,
I understand the correlation. I just think that it's not as cut and simple and dry as right now. There's Bitcoin, and if you want to throw a smart contract on Bitcoin, you use Stacks. There's really no other options here. But and I'm sure there are some other chains building, but I'm just saying that realistically, with any kind of real community, there's only one, and there will be more. There will be more.
Stacks or ICP.
I like Stacks, yeah, for sure. But I just think that there'll be a ton of competition, and Stacks will not be looked at as...
Ethereum has a ton of competition too, Rob, but they were first to market.
No, Polygon's got a ton of competition, and I've echoed
but
this.
But he has a ton of competition
as Ethereum scales, Polygon will not scale as much as Ethereum. So as Ethereum's market cap goes to 1 trillion to 5 trillion, Polygons is not going to follow in the same way as Ethereum because there's going to be too much competition. They don't offer a unique product that isn't done by someone else. Ethereum is unique, right? But the services that Polygon offers can be replicated by a host of other layer ones. And so right now, Polygon was first to market in that, but that's going to fade. Or they just got to keep making those partnerships.
I do want to show this chart. This is kind of interesting. I want your take on this, Rob. So we have this from Stock Money Lizards. So this chart shows, right? So in the dotted line, you have the Bitcoin halving. And then subsequently afterwards, the altcoin season, how long it lasts. So on average, we've had about 500 days of altcoin season. My question to you is this. We can agree that leading up to this Bitcoin halving, we've seen we always talk about mass adoption in this country and this ETF, and like it's actually happening now. So does that change the cycle of altcoin season in the next bull market, or do you think it's going to follow suit like it did the last?
It's going to follow, man. It's going to follow because
so no changes at all.
I don't want to say it all, but the general pattern is going to follow. This is what's going to happen. Institutions, new money, smart money, whales, traditional investors, they're going to exposure to Bitcoin. There's going to be a ton of new money pouring in. The crypto degens that are already here are going to be like, I want more gains, and they're going to take whatever Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever gains are right there, they're going to spill it over to altcoins. That's not going to change. You know damn well all those degens you hang out with, David. Think about it. If they're holding 100 Ethereum and all of a sudden the price of Ethereum 10x's, what are they going to do with those profits? They're not buying a bunch of NFTs. They will buy some NFTs, but they're going to be trying to hit it big with some altcoins. Now, institutions so the money spills over. Institutions are going to get in. People are going to buy the top. And in turn, that pours over. It's no different.
I think there's going to be such a massive retail FOMO for Bitcoin once they see the price just start to skyrocket.
You know, retail is not going to FOMO into Bitcoin heavier than alts. We saw it. 2021 didn't teach you anything, brother. It was, what's the price of Bitcoin? 60,000? No, I don't want. I don't want that. It's too expensive. So you got this inexperienced mentality
but now,
where they're like, I can buy Shiba Inu, and even in the middle of a bear market, people were buying meme coins instead of DCAing
But here's
how
the
they
thing,
should.
Robin. Now you have a mass amount of retail traders who are going to have access to crypto.
I'm in the camp that if you think
gonna be
if you
Bitcoin.
think that retail
gonna be
is
Bitcoin.
gonna wise up, and
It's not about
all of
wising
a
up.
sudden,
Robin,
that's what it is.
all those
you either
people-
get Bitcoin or you get altcoins.
Hold on, man. All those people that have 401ks that have been wanting exposure to crypto are now going to have one option. That option is going to be Bitcoin.
Yes, 100%. That's okay.
Okay.
How I started this conversation, or answered your question, I said new retail money is going to come into Bitcoin.
But those people
Through institution, traditional investors. The people that are here now, what is the market cap of crypto? The $1 trillion of money now, when this whole ecosystem 10x's, when all of a sudden Bitcoin is sitting at, say $240,000, when Ethereum is sitting at $14,000. You don't think that the people that are in this ecosystem right now are going to pour over into some other stuff? You don't think that they're going to tell
but
their
the new retail investors coming in,
they're new,
different.
Yeah,
because
you know what? Yes, this is different this time around. Yeah,
Dude.
history won't repeat itself. People will be smart.
But the point I'm trying to make is
What I'm trying to make is that retail is dumb, and they're going to always be dumb, especially new retail. New retail will come in and do some dumb crap. The same way
new retail years ago didn't have access to Bitcoin in their 401ks. What I'm trying to say
there's
is
going to be
the
a mix
new
of
retail
smart money
investor.
and dumb money. And the dumb money is going to pour into alts, and the people that are already here, if this Pepe thing didn't teach you anything, I don't know what else. I don't know what will. We shook out everybody that was dumb money. The only thing left was the crypto degens, right? Don't you agree? When Bitcoin got down to 16K, and then we got up to 20K, all the dumb people left. I didn't walk around the city of Las Vegas and hear anybody talking about, Rob, man, what's the next meme coin? Like, Rob, like, everyone's all like, I put some money in SHIB or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the narrative for crypto was gone. So the only people left were the diehard crypto enthusiasts. And they damn near put a meme coin in the top 20. They put Pepe. They got Pepe from nowhere. And these are savvy investors. And so if you think that the mentality of dumb money is not dumb anymore,
It's dumb, but I'm saying now with
it's
people's
different?
access from the traditional world to just Bitcoin
that
via a spot
traditional
ETF.
money is going to inflate the prices of the assets that we have now. The market cap will grow. So let's just say ETF pops off, right? Let's say the market cap for crypto in its entirety goes from 1 trillion to 8 trillion. Let's just throw a number out there over the course of 2 years. And so now
I think 4 or 5 of that is
everything,
Bitcoin.
so now everything outside of Bitcoin is probably 10 to 20x, right? And you generally don't think that the people that are in now aren't going to start moving in and taking those profits and putting it into altcoins.
Here's my and I want to point out, and guys, this is why we love when you comment in the chat, because you make great points that we might bring up on the show. Like Mr. Ray Run said, this time Bitcoin will be in 401ks and they can't get out of it to invest in alts. So it's like you have a 401k set up, right?
It's no different than staking. You can still dump the price of Ethereum if it's staked. You can still dump the price of Bitcoin if it's locked up in a 401k.
You're comparing apples to oranges.
I'm comparing dumb money to smart money.
If
and
I
all of
want
a
to
sudden you
take
think all the dumb money became smart. It didn't.
If I want to take, but we're talking about how people invest, okay? That's what you're talking about. I'm talking about what those people will have access
And
to.
now all of a sudden you think that...
if I only have access to Bitcoin in my 401k and I want to invest in altcoins, I'm going to have to pull that money out, pay a 10% penalty, pay more on my income taxes, and then roll that money into
What
alts.
did people do?
Not practical.
What did people
Not
do
practical.
in the last bull market? They paid high gas fees.
Last bull market,
They
you didn't
paid
have
transaction
Bitcoin investors
fees.
in
You think that-
401ks.
You know people are going to burn money in stupid ass ways chasing profits. And if you think that you think they won't take a loss because of a penalty, bro, That is literally a gas fee. People had no problem paying $300
It's
for a gas fee.
It's literally a gas fee. Okay. So if you want to pull out 10 grand, you got to pay $1,000.
People pulled out 10 grand in Ethereum and paid $1,000. You think now all of a sudden it's different? Look,
you're talking about the crypto degens.
Psyche?
I'm talking about the dude that works at a union contractor place that has a 401k that their company matches 6%.
So
the guy,
always
the timid investor, the average investor in traditional finance. That's who I'm talking about. Not the degenerates.
I'm talking about the price. I'm talking about altcoins, the market cap of altcoins, the price movement, and how investors and markets move. And if you think that all of a sudden crypto has matured and that now that it's going to be listed on as an ETF, that there's going to be no spillover, there's going to be no dumb money coming in. Everyone's going to be wise and they're not going to take any risk. But that's what I'm saying is that you asked me, are we going to see the same altcoin rally? And what I told you is that the market is going to act like all markets do. People are going to get greedy. We're going to see the fear and greed index go up. And as that goes up, people are going to sell assets when they're not supposed to. That is the human psyche. This is not something that happens only in crypto. This is in all markets. And it's not if you bought Apple stock in the 90s and you bought it at $1,000 and you're sitting on $500,000, you're probably going to cash out. You're not going to hold it long term. That's what the markets have done over and over again. The same way, if you bought Bitcoin at $5 and it's now at 10,000, you're probably going to sell most of it then. You're going to be like, wow, I'm rich. You're probably not going to hold it till Bitcoin gets to 200K. That same psyche will always play through. People take profits and take more risk. That's what happens in all markets. And if you think that because there's an ETF coming, all of a sudden, all of history and human predictable behavior is going to change, it's not. I've seen you be bullish about a product and all of a sudden sell it and buy something else.
Yeah, I'm dumb money. I'm a degenerate. I am a degenerate, okay?
And here's the thing, David. I'm not trying to be funny, but so is everybody else. And everybody watching here has looked at some profits and said, man, I'm about to sell this right now. Even though, and then later on, it rallies a lot more. Or perhaps the same person has bought something and seen it 3, 4, 5x, and then all of a sudden, they're like, I'm going to see how high it goes. And then it goes to 0. That is human predictable behavior in the markets, and that is not going to change.
Then we're going to see less of it.
So
what I'm saying is, just to wrap this conversation up, we're going to see less degeneracy from the new retail investors coming in via 401ks, via spot ETFs.
For every smart person that comes in, there's 2 dumb people that come in.
I don't know.
And that's we talk about it here all the time. We can bring in 5 people into the studio. We could hire 5 new employees.
Well, we hired you, and you're dumb.
And you're gonna get more pretenders than killers. Put it that way. And that same psyche, you bring in 5 people into a new market, you bring in 5 new people, you're like, here's Bitcoin, here's some money, here's some gains. Majority of those people, the 5 people, at least 3 of them are gonna end up losing their money.
Let's do it 1 and 2. Are you with me or are you with Robin? If you're a channel member, put my face or put a 1 for David. For Robin, put a 2 or use his emoji. Curious.
All right. I do want to give a little shout out to the chat here. Guys, first of all, if you are new, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We have, let's see here. We got Musta Alpha Lamb, Felipe Bidira, Door Gunner, Scottish Swing, Ray Run, Geronimo Martinez, Easy with a Z, and T.Y. Sanders. To all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
This man can't even say Mustafa. That's Mustafa, not Mustafa. Whatever the hell you said. Let's get on to some of the biggest news of the day. So let's start with Binance. The SEC, Binance, and Binance.us have announced a proposed agreement that to ensure that U.S. customer funds can only be accessed by the U.S.-based crypto trading platform. The agreement needs judicial sign-off, which I believe has gotten that sign-off. And so we know what the SEC was trying to do. They were trying to freeze the Binance US assets, saying that they're in danger and the retail investors in danger of losing funds. Binance was like, hold up, wait a minute. They went to court, they agreed, and the judge signed off on it. Everything's good. Then we have this. This is kind of funny. So Binance, they applied in the England and the Wales, and well, they have an address here, and well, this is the address. This is what it is. So the address Binance used in their application, this is what it is.
That is so photoshopped. This isn't real, right?
This is real.
Look, it is photoshopped. Are you serious?
This is real. There was another here. I'll show you this one.
No, the one that you showed me, the other one. Look. Like, come on.
Okay,
Not this one.
I'll move on, and you put this address in.
No,
Put
not
this
that
address
one.
in.
Go over. Go to the right. Go back down to the last one you showed. Go down. 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 Not up. Down. Down. Down.
It was up. It was in this thread right here.
Okay, pull the thread up. That one. That is Photoshop, bro. They copy and pasted the letter A in 82, and that board there is copy and pasted as well.
Okay.
That is not real.
Well, Google the address.
Just
then.
like
Google the address.
your theories aren't real.
This is
either.
Google Earth. Google the
Well, get
address.
back down to Earth. That's not real.
Okay. Then we also have we have this.
That's not real either.
This is definitely real. BRICS considers Bitcoin as an alternative to the US dollar. Now, if you're not familiar, the BRICS is a plethora of nations that have banded together to ditch the US dollar hegemony and say, hey, we're willing to settle trade with another currency. Well, because there's so many different countries and it's not fair to choose one country's national currency, they've created another currency that's backed by commodities. And well, guess what? Bitcoin is a commodity. And is it real, DJ? It's real. Thank you.
It's fake.
It's real. Thank you, DJ.
This shit is hella fake.
You're fake. So BRICS is considering Bitcoin. Bam. There is so much bullish news happening around Bitcoin. Then we have this $4.3 trillion asset management company, Fidelity, is preparing to apply for a Bitcoin ETF. There is rumors that they might put in a bid to purchase Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. I do want to note, Grayscale is owned by parent company Digital Currency Group, aka DCG, who just missed a couple of their interest payments to satisfy some loans. They're in bankruptcy, or are they in bankruptcy court? Might be, or they're negotiating with their creditors to not go to bankruptcy. We saw Gemini Earn get shut down. We saw Genesis get shut down. DCG owed money to Genesis that you haven't been able to pay. Long story short, DCG is in shambles, and their number one asset is GBTC. And wouldn't be surprised if they have to sell that off to satisfy some of their creditors. Fidelity might just scoop in and buy that. That is 600,000 Bitcoin that they would now have control over. Man, I mean, I just feel like, let's say it rains, it pours. I feel like it's just starting to pour good news for Bitcoin. What's your take on everything we're seeing, Robin? What could have the biggest impact? Is it GBTC turning into being bought out? Is it BlackRock's ETF? Is it BRICS?
BlackRock ETF.
Or is it BRICS adding Bitcoin?
The BRICS thing is it's a very, very slow moving train. And okay, somebody put in a perspective that if you trade globally with oil, for example, let's just use oil. Okay. If you trade globally and you're not using the dollar, then even if you settle your trade in, let's just make up a currency, the euro, right? Or you can say Bitcoin, whatever it is. At the end of the day, the countries, after they trade, have no use for that currency, right? They either use their own currency or they hold dollars, right? And so if you say, hey, we're going to buy and sell oil in euros, if you don't use euros for anything else, as soon as you're done buying or selling the oil, what do you do with the euros? You're not holding on to it. You're turning around and selling it back to your currency or back to dollars because you're going to buy treasury bonds or you're going to borrow on it. And so when it comes to BRICS, I know it's a transition. It's more, I think BRICS is more of a representation of the changing dichotomy, right? It's a shift. It's a shift of thinking. It's a shift of one monetary system to another, but it is not going to happen quickly. And if anything, it's going to take a long time. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna be India, hold dollars and your Indian currency, and then all of a sudden buy and sell oil in yen, which sure you can, and I'm not saying they don't, but you're not going to hold the yen. You're done with it after the fact. And so it doesn't have much value after the transaction. Where the world reserve currency being the dollar, if you buy dollars, you're using it every day anyways. And so if you're buying oil, and you buy it in dollars, you're going to just keep the dollars anyways, because that's a normal currency that you're floating around for other liquidity issues or other purchases, for other transactions, for other goods. And if you're buying and selling oil in yen, but everything else you buy and sell is in dollars, you're just going to sell the yen for dollars. And so this transition, I get it. It's more a representation, but it's not as dramatic as the ETF. The ETF is a direct opportunity for the number one economy in the world, for every person that trades in the financial center through the New York Stock Exchange, where most of the money is concentrated. Most of the wealth concentrated in the United States is between the government and the New York Stock Exchange. The rest of it is liquidity, is banks, checking accounts, things of that nature, assets. But realistically, most of the money that's moving around as an investment is going through the New York Stock Exchange. Number one economy, the United States. Now, all of a sudden, you're taking the number one economy, the number one investing liquidity pool, which is a stock exchange, and you're letting people buy Bitcoin without any roadblocks, without the fear of losing your crypto because you didn't write down a seed phrase. And so if you're a company, an investor, somebody that wants for exposure for a 401k, you can now just simply go to Robinhood, go to any, TD Ameritrade, you go to any platform that you bought your stocks at, you just buy Bitcoin. You don't need to worry about anything. And honestly, I mean, I know it's not your keys, not your crypto, but you ain't got to worry about BlackRock going under.
Yeah, BlackRock goes under.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not gonna, you know what I mean? You're not gonna lose you're not gonna lose your crypto. And even if BlackRock did happen to have some issue, they're still gonna give people their money back, right? They're not gonna shut down BlackRock and shut down all the accounts. So, somebody would bail them out or somebody would take over their assets. So the risk of losing your Bitcoin through an ETF is damn near zero, right? And maybe if you expand the time horizon past over 100 years, sure, the risk would increase. But anything within 20 years, there's really no risk of losing your Bitcoin buying through an ETF. All you got to do is pay the fees, which, Grayscale is 2%. So BlackRock probably will.
High. They're saying between 0.5 and 0.75. That's what they're estimating.
But here's the thing. They're probably going to come in at 1%.
I don't think so.
I think
that's not practical for ETFs.
Well, no, it is high, but it's going to be the first of its kind. And so I think here's
they're
the
going to
thing.
be greedy, sure.
Either way, it doesn't even matter. What I was saying is that it'll come in at 1%. When other ETFs launch and there's competition, they're all going to one by one lower their percentages. And so one by one, it's going to be an open market vying for your business. And so you're going to see that drop over and over again. And then to buy Bitcoin through an ETF, I mean, all you're going to have is the brokerage fees at one point, right? The percentages are going to be so low that all you're paying for is a transaction fee, through the brokerage firm. And if you're using somebody like Robinhood, free. That's I mean, but and I say free, it sounds kind of crazy, but I mean, Binance does free, right?
They did.
There's a lot of, if your business model is like, hey, we just want customers, we just want exposure, we just want, this thing to grow, you go damn near free. And if it gets big enough and there's trillions of dollars in that ETF, let's just say trillions of dollars in the ETF, just say 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you don't need a big percentage. You only need 0.2 to be wildly successful in that.
So we did do a poll. I'm about to end it right now. When new all-time high for Bitcoin? Less than 1 year? More than 1 year? Now I got to remember, guys, the halving is about 300 days away. So about 10 months. We're almost there, which would mean you have up until the halving or 2 months after the halving for a new all-time high for Bitcoin, or is it going to take longer than that? Robin, what's your vote? Less than a year or more than a year?
Before or after the halving?
Bitcoin new all-time highs.
From 1 year from now?
1 year from now?
Oh, yeah, it's after.
After.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that we get up to 50K pre-halving. How many days are we?
300 days. 10 months.
Oh, actually, that is kind of tough.
That's what I'm saying. By then, we'll have an answer on the BlackRock ETF. By then, a lot of things will come in. The recession we're in might be over. The Fed might be starting
have a full-on attack from the U.S. government on crypto. We're
saying.
already under full-on attack, but
I need your answer.
Maybe they start winning some wars. I would say 1 year from now, no, we're not over. We're not over all-time highs. I think we're at 50K Bitcoin.
Well,
I think we keep rejecting off of the previous high.
Majority agree with you, as 61% said it would take more than 1 year for new all-time highs, with only 38% of you saying it takes less than 1 year. I think it's going to be less than 1 year.
All right. And then we also got a bunch of new people here. I encourage the chat to participate in, one, the hitting of the like button. Second, I encourage the chat to put an OLI in there. Actually, do me this favor. If you hit the like button already, which we don't even have 200 likes here, but if you hit the like button, put an OLA, do not lie. And so I better see 190-something OLAs, or how many likes there is. And to all my new people, we do got some new people here. So let's take a look here. We got Chad Stanford, Crypto Fanatic, Hot Buoyant, Crypto Bellicchio, Lee James, Crypto Reaper, Lee Higgs 666, Blockchain Dave, Ben Koss, You Grow I Grow, Ultra Mind Control Reels, Mellow Cat Algo, and Bonjon. To all of you, hola! Oh, welcome to Sin City Crypto.
There's a few other new ones. Under Gary Gensler, there's... What are those names, Robin? Can you pronounce those for me?
Huh?
Never mind. DJ, do me a favor, bro, since you're hanging out on the couch. Clipride said we're going to clip that part where we talk about less than a year, more than a year, all-time high, because we're going to come back to that in a few months. Now, I do want to move on from Bitcoin.
Why would we come back to it in a few months? We come back to it in a year.
Because it's going to happen in a few months.
It's like, let's see how much my son grows in 1 year, and then you check him in 2 months. Be like, it's a 1 year freaking contest. Why are you going to check it in 2 months? Get out of here.
I love you, Robin. Big shout out to Jimmy, official hype man of Sin City Crypto. Gifted 10 memberships. If you're the proud participant of a new membership to our channel, just know that you have access to emojis. There are some members-only videos on there, and thank you for your support. And Jimmy, thank you, as always, my friend. We appreciate you. All right, ETH. Something is going to change, potentially. Is it good? Is it bad? We're going to discuss that. Ethereum developers consider raising max validator limit from 32 to over 2,000 Ethereum. Now, what does this mean? Let's dig in. Ethereum's core developers are considering a proposal that suggests raising the max validator balance from the current 32 Ether to over 2,040 Ether, 2048 to be exact. Ethereum validators are subject to an effective balance cap set at both the minimum and maximum. So just put it in layman's terms. You need 32 ETH to be a validator, but you can't have more than 32 ETH for one validator. So this forces large-scale staking operations like Coinbase to spin up multiple validators if they want to earn yield on anything greater than this. So if you have 1,000 ETH staked in one contract and you are a validator, you only make staking rewards on 32 of those Ethereum, right? If you want to maximize staking rewards, you're going to have to set up, you have 3,200, you have to set up 100 different validator nodes to be able to earn interest on all of them at the current threshold. The developers are trying to raise that amount to over 2,000. So now you don't have to disperse it out amongst 100 of them. You can just leave it all in one. Now, what are some good things and bad things? So while the current validator cap at 32 promotes decentralization, it inadvertently leads to an inflation of the validator set size. So when we really truly have only 10 validators, it shows that we have 1,000, right? Michael Neuter, which is he's a researcher for the Ethereum Foundation, explained that raising the cap could slow down the expansion of the active validator set, ultimately improving the network's efficiency in terms of achieving finality within a single Ethereum slot. At present, rewards earned beyond the 32 ETH cap is something I already explained. So, Robin, I want to ask you, what is more important to you?
I am really lost, bro.
Okay.
No. I mean, I'm paying attention. I'm like, okay, raising the cap. Okay, but it's good. No, it's not good. It's good. Okay. Not raising the cap.
So
this guy's okay. Dumb it down for me and dumb it down for the viewers.
All right. So right now, if you can only earn staking rewards on 32 of your ETH as a validator. So if you're someone like Coinbase and you have 32,000 Ethereum, what you're going to do is you're not going to put all 32,000 as one validator because guess what? You're only earning interest on 32 of those. You're going to disperse that amongst 1,000 different validators.
Got it.
So what they're saying now is they want to raise that limit from 32 to 2,048.
But can you still do the 32?
You can still do the 32. 32 is still the minimum.
Okay.
But the maximum is not 32 anymore.
But you earn rewards up to 2,000?
You can
without
with
having
one
to split it?
Correct.
Okay.
So the issue, though, is if they do that, it hurts decentralization. But the positive is network efficiency when it comes to reaching finality.
Got it.
So what is more important to you? Decentralization?
Decentralization.
So this is a bad move.
Yeah. Even though
it makes the network more efficient.
Even though it's just I don't know how to explain it. You don't want to have one company or one wallet have. You want more nodes, man. That's it. It's just math, right? You want more nodes, you want more validators. Even if the validators are coming from the same spot, you want more nodes, you want more validators. And I don't know how to explain that, but I just know more is better.
Well, more makes it more decentralized, right? But
then your counter argument would be, but hey, if 1,000 validators are from one entity or one company, but I still think it's better to have more.
Also,
it's better to have more miners. It's better to have more validators. I'm talking about like proof of work as well. I'm talking about any consensus protocol. More is better. That's just the gospel there, right? If you have one computer or you have 5 computers, we know 5 computers is better than one, right? And I'm no cryptographer here, so I mean I can't explain it to you on why it's better. I can't defend that thesis, but I know I've done enough research to know that the more nodes and validators you have, the better. And even if it's still under the same control.
Well, the developer also noted that the other risks include potentially higher penalties, also known as slashing, for double spend or double attestations. And so could that be a good thing to where now there's more on the line? And so it's an interesting debate. And like Rob said, he's not a cryptography expert. I'm not going to pretend like I'm one either. But to me, this comes down to the idea of what do you care more about, network efficiency or more decentralization? Someone put in there, makes go right here. Arubasu said, basically he's making something which is 80% centralized and now 90% centralized. So is it that big of a deal? Would it be more beneficial to make Ethereum's chain, Ethereum's layer 1, more efficient? That's an interesting question.
I don't like change in this regard, right? I think that you have a giant ecosystem, you have something that's physically working, and you got to change things while it's running. You can't just power down Ethereum, make some adjustments, and power back up. Like, this all has to be done on the fly. I think, and that's the backbone, right? What is the backbone of Bitcoin, right? What is the backbone? What is the most important part about Bitcoin?
Decentralization.
No, I'm saying, but what makes it decentralized? Like, what is the backbone of it? The backbone is that the miners are validating blocks at the most simple level. And so if you mess around with that, you're messing around with the foundation, right? It's no different than if you're playing a game of Jenga and your wife decides that she wants to, put the dinner table together and decide to move the Jenga blocks around. You grab the bottom of that stack, that foundation, the whole thing is wobbly, man. You don't want to be messing around with that. It ain't bad. It have less of an opportunity to the thing falling over when you're pulling blocks from the top. But you get the very base foundation and you try to move it into something that is very temperamental. You have a possibility of collapse. And I'm just saying, man, like, don't mess around with the consensus protocol, man. It took 4 years for them to upgrade a proof of stake.
You literally jinxed Bitcoin, bro. That look at this. Look at this. It just erased all. It just went. This candle, by the way, was green. Massive green candle. Now it's red.
Don't put that on me, man.
That's on you, bro.
That ain't on me.
You done messed up. 26.4 now. Good job,
No,
Robbie.
it just hit 30K and rejected, or 27K and rejected, bro.
This is on 1 hour right here. 1 hour candle just got eviscerated. 15-minute candle getting eviscerated. We're getting.
Also, speaking of 1 hour, we're at the 1 hour mark, which means.
What does that mean, Robin?
You do your stupid finger tornado and add
It's
stuff.
not a stupid finger tornado, but yeah. Guys, before we finger tornado, I'd like to point the finger at the screen for our channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Tech. If your business needs help with IT or network, you're going to want to give them a call. Visit bluewiretech.com. Big shout out to them. Also, big shout out to all of you for starting your week with us here at Sin City Crypto. Also, big shout out to everyone.
Our new
shout us
people.
out on Twitter.
Big shout out to our new people. Calvin V, Zeth, RJ, Lance, Burned by Saitama. Wonder how you got that name. Blockchain Dave, EF, Crypto Outcash, Schreiker20, Shamitris, Shaik. That's it. That's all I got.
Forget about it.
If this finger tornado, if I were to use a finger tornado to figuratively show how Robin pronounces people's names, this is what it would look like. Ready, Rocco?
Ready, yeah, I'm being ready.
I gotta go full screen on me on this one. Rocco.
Yes, full screen.
Full
Yeah,
screen.
wow. There it goes. If you've watched this for the first time, you don't know what's happening. I don't either. And this is the 600th time I'm watching.
No
Just
more
letting you know.
double
I
spread.
still have
Outro,
no
baby.
idea
Let's
what is
go.
happening.
Guys, we wanted to thank you so much for joining us on this Monday. If you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video on your way out, and join us tomorrow. Same place, same time. Until then, love y'all. Bye.
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Named according to your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.